We're out here in Pigeon Forge today. Steaks, ribs, chicken, and pasta. Where can you find that? And meet a wife? Gonna tell you all about it today with a local businessman starting back in 1893 who had a freight contract, stockyards, everything. This is JT Hanna's Kitchen. Pigeon Forge.
Hanna's has several dining areas within the restaurant, and it's neat because you feel like you're in an intimate setting in each one. The vintage decor, which kind of reminds you of a stockyard, is pretty awesome. And this is where you will check in at receiving. And they have booth seating. And you just feel like you're kind of in a warehouse. And this table right here is where Brooks and I had our very first date. Now would be a great time to like this video. And if you're new to Smoky Mountain Faith Food and Fun, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel and hit the little notification bell to be notified when there's a new video. Thanks! There he is. There's that guy that I met here 6 years ago for our first date. JT Hanna's has a very diverse menu. There's something for everybody. And the appetizers, they're famous for their fried pickle chips, and we're going to review the sampler platter. And the pastas, definitely give the chicken parmesan a try. Salads, the Smoky Mountain Cobb. And under the chicken menu, their chicken tenders are hand battered. On the flip side, you've got the burgers, and the Killin' Me burger is a full pound burger, so if you're really hungry, that'll be a good choice for you. And in their sandwiches, I'm going to try the Southern Fried Cordon Bleu, and also their Reuben is highly recommended, and I have also had it in the past, and it is delicious. Under the steaks, you've got a ribeye and a Hawaiian ribeye. And for desserts, you've got an orange soak cake, cheesecake selection, and chocolate addiction is one that I have had, and it is delicious. And don't forget about that strawberry shortcake.
What do you want to talk about?
I think we should talk about the first time we came to JT Hanna's.
First time we came to JT Hanna's was 6 years ago, and you picked the place, and you resisted me. What I mean by that is it took 18 months for Christy to go out on a date with me. Our first date here. She wasn't going to let me pay. She did not want to do that. Very independent woman at the time. She's still very independent in her own way, but she was really independent then, and was like, I'm not going to let you pay for me, and blah, blah, blah. And so, of course, I finally did. I convinced her I didn't want a thing except to enjoy good company and have a good time. And she friend zoned me the first time that we had our date here. That was kind of funny, but so the story of how we met to begin with is kind of funny. Shout out to Lori Yount from Lorelai's in Sevierville. They said they had me. I was working in Gatlinburg at the time, and a detective called me in Sevierville and said, I need you to come in and answer some questions because we need to ask some questions. We need to get a statement from you. It's concerning something. We'll let you know when you get here. So when I got there, I was told instead of being questioned, I was questioned. I was told that I was a suspect in a robbery, a store robbery, shoplifting, pretty hilarious, in a women's boutique, no less. And if you know me, you know I don't even like going into that place. I do now because I go for Christy. I go to get her nice things, but I had no desire to go into a place like that at the time. They said they had me on video. If you've seen me on video, I'm pretty indistinguishable. Like, come on, there's not many people who look like me, but apparently the guy did. So the detective says, throws handcuffs on his desk and says, "You have 5 minutes to come clean, or you're walking out in these." And so I said, "No, what are you talking about?" Well, Lori showed up, and Lori was like, no, that's not him, that's not him. Wasted my whole day. Was not a waste of a day, though, because Lori and I struck up a friendship. Thank you, man. Lori and I struck up a friendship, and later on, she wakes up in the middle of the night one night and says, "Christy, you need to meet Brooks. You both love Jesus. That's good enough for me." And so I did, but Christy was very resistant to me. I persisted, but I did it politely, not stalkerish, for a good 18 months. So I tell everybody I nearly got arrested trying to meet my wife. So, and then we did. We had our first date here.
Talk about first impressions that night.
Well, I was, as he said, a very independent single woman. I didn't need a man. I didn't want a man. But he was intriguing because he was so persistent in a respectful way that my friend Debbie Gillespie said, "Why don't you give him a shot?" And she stalked his Facebook to see mutual friends and said, "Well, he seems like he's a nice guy. What in the world do you have to lose to just go to dinner?" So I said, okay. So it was February the 10th, I believe,
It was.
of 2016, 17. I'm old now. And we met here, and well, my first impressions were he's a very nice guy. And very.
What was I wearing?
You were wearing khakis and a wide striped polo shirt that anyone who is more than 150 pounds should never wear.
Yes, I was way over that.
I think I have burned that shirt. So the wardrobe certainly didn't impress me, but he was very nice and very kind, and we had good conversation. He brought me a plastic red rose and a small box of Whitman's chocolates. And we had good conversation, and at the end of the meal, I said, "Okay, you can pay. I will allow you to pay."
Exactly what you said.
So it was another, I think, 3 or 4 months in May of 2017 before we went on another date, because I friend zoned him and thought he's a nice friend, but I'm just not interested in that way. But I didn't really think that dinner was enough to really kind of get to know him. So I said, "Why don't I pick you up? Why don't I pick you up? And we'll take a drive to Cades Cove." And of course, it's a 45-minute drive just to get over to Cades Cove. And we had good conversation, really good conversation. It just flowed. And one of the reasons I friend zoned him to begin with is because he was kind of uptight on our first date, and this was not funny. And
Stuffed shirt.
not funny. I called him a stuffed shirt. That changed on our second date, and he is actually very funny. And he keeps me laughing daily. Almost his laughter is too much. I don't know, but he's kind of a big goofball, and he actually has an amazing sense of humor. And I think he should be a stand-up comedian who sits down. But that's beyond the point. But anyway, in May we went to Cades Cove, and the funny story about that is we stopped at a point where the loop road in Cades Cove, if you know Cades Cove, there's a Baptist church on the left, and then there's a road to the right that goes on Rich Mountain Road. And I had actually never been up Rich Mountain Road. And so I said to him right by the church, I said, I have a proposition for you. And he said, well, that's nice and everything, but I don't think there's a minister in that church. So that kind of really just broke the ice, and we ended up going up Rich Mountain Road, and we had a wonderful time. We really did. And so we just kind of started dating seriously after that, and round about September and our birthdays, I really felt like he was the one God was leading me to, and I saw his heart. I saw who he is as a person, and just how loving and caring he really is. And he proposed to me on our birthday. We have the same birthday, September 25th. I am 5 years older. And we got married in November 11th of 2017 in Cades Cove at the Primitive Baptist Church.
Yes.
That is a different Baptist church than the one we stopped at. Mainly because you can park enough people at that church. But anyway, that's kind of how we met, and it all started kind of here at JT Hannah's. But again, our dear friend Lori Yount, who owns Lorelai's Boutique in Sevierville, go see her. She has awesome stuff. Maybe we'll review her sometime.
Yeah.
I think she'd love it.
We come here for our date-aversary.
We are here at JT Hannah's for our first date-aversary that is a little bit past now because I had to go to Indiana. But we're here nonetheless, 6 years later, still happy. And he is no longer a stuffed shirt, but rather my rock here on earth, besides the Lord, of course.
And they have great food here.
And they have wonderful food. So I just wanted to share our story a little bit, give you a little more glimpse about what we're about, and our funny story, which is definitely God ordained. So anyway, food will be coming soon, and we will be giving a good review here of JT Hannah's. So for our date-aversary here at JT Hannah's, we kind of wanted some appetizers, and so we got the sampler platter. And it's got some nachos, and their colossal onion rings. A quesadilla. Is it a cheese quesadilla? Yes.
Uh-huh.
The buffalo chicken chips and loaded tater skins. So it comes on this giant platter.
It's like a gold chicken.
I think we're gonna have leftovers for sure.
Yeah.
But that looks really, really amazing. My goodness, look at this. This is the chicken cordon bleu sandwich with sweet potato waffle fries. I have never had this, but it looks so good. Look at the ham and the bacon and Swiss cheese and chicken. Oh, wow. Kind of can't wait to eat that. It looks amazing.
Just look at that. Spinach Maria is one of my favorite things here. The potato salad, of course, you know I love potato salad. And the hot hammy Sammy, just good casual lunch. And we're going to get into this here in just a second. That is sourdough, tomato, good ham there with Swiss cheese, the whole good thing there. So we're going to give that a shot. Let's eat.
Y'all, this chicken cordon bleu sandwich is so good. Like literally just amazing. It's got the Swiss cheese, and then it's got this, I think it's an Alfredo based type cheese sauce on it as well. And the chicken is just perfect. And the ham has even been grilled. They're just not just slapping some ham on there. Yeah, I definitely think this is a new favorite.
Final thoughts from the Reverend here. Yeah, so first of all, the food here is just amazing anyway. But you've got the sampler. The sampler's great because you get a little bit of everything. You get to try a little bit of everything. And I'll tell you what, it's just all good. The queso, Christy says queso's so good. I love the chips, the potato chips. They're buffalo, and then you've got great ranch here too. It's house-made ranch, which I love. I love a good house-made ranch. The ham sandwich, where you're thinking it's a ham sandwich, you can go get that at the house. This is a little bit elevated ham sandwich. You got some really good Swiss, good sourdough. Don't ever underestimate a good grilled sourdough bread sandwich.
And slice of tomato.
Always got to have mater. Have your mater on your sandwich. So mater on a ham, Sammy. So potato salad, good mustard based potato salad, which you know I love potato salad. Spanish Maria is just something I tend to get no matter where I'm at. I love it. But JT Hannah's has a really good Spanish Maria, the good cream sauce. It's just really good. So that is, I'm going to go ahead and just say 5 stars. As usual.
And we have a lot of leftovers. So that sampler plate is big. And their queso is amazing. So my final thoughts, the chicken cordon bleu sandwich, I have never had anything like that. It is amazing. Definitely try it. Yeah, that's awesome. I've been on a chicken kick lately, so it's just very good. The bread that they serve it on, the bun is if it's not house made, I'm surprised because it's really good. And then the cheeses and the chicken was cooked perfectly, and then the I'm not sure if it was country ham, but it was definitely grilled ham and bacon. So it's a loaded sandwich. In fact, I'm taking half home because it's too much. It's a city ham. Okay, city ham. And the queso on the nachos and the sampler platter down here is the best queso I think I've ever had, and that's saying something. Not kidding. It's amazing. Their onion rings are beer battered, which is my favorite. And it's all just good.
Yes. And our server is
wonderful. Yes. And she said she also met her husband here. So maybe if you come to JT Hannah's, you'll find love too, like we did and like she did. And you just never know. But
a love connection.
It's a love. Anyway, give JT Hannah's a try. It's about 3/4 of the way down the Parkway as you're heading into Gatlinburg on the Parkway and Pigeon Forge. And it is a locally owned company with several different restaurants, which we will also review.
Yep.
And so that's it. That's going to wrap us up here at JT Hannah's.
Ashley was our server.
Ashley was our server. Yeah, she did a good job, and she kind of wondered what we were doing, so we told her a little bit about our story, and now you have heard our story, and we hope that you will give this video a thumbs up, like our videos. We hope you'll share it with your friends if you enjoy spending time with us and hearing our restaurant reviews, and most of all, if you'll subscribe to Smoky Mountain Faith Food and Fun. It really helps us grow as a channel so that we can do more of this for y'all. We love you guys. God bless you. And remember, we're always open for prayer requests at ramseyemail@gmail.com. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye, y'all.
We love you. See you next time.